Hi all, this is Satyavrata Nanda, lecturer in English in the Department of Higher Education, Odisha. I have created this channel to impart education on English literature. Many people still in Odisha, they believe that learning English is very difficult. I have created this channel to make feel my student that learning English is very easy. You should follow some rules. You should know some theories. And apart from all, as I believe in the old school of learning, I believe what? To be a good student, to be a good learner in English literature, you should know about the history of English literature thoroughly, which is a must. As this is the first lecture in the series of lectures we will have in my channel, in the first lecture, I will give you a summarized version of the different ages of English literature. How can we categorize the different ages and what are the characteristics in a short way. Later on in our next videos, we will talk detailedly about that. Right. Most of us, those they do not know much about English literature, they believe what? The age of Chaucer is the beginning years of English literature. But no. Actual English literature, the writings in English, it started from the Anglo-Saxon period. Then came the age of Chaucer. Then we have the Dark Ages. Then the Elizabethan age, the Jacobeans, the Caroline age, the Puritans, the Restoration era, the Augustan age, which is otherwise known as the Neoclassical age, the pre-Romantic age, the Romantic age, the Victorians, the Modern age, and the Post-Modern. Naturally, we categorize the ages like this. If we'll assign different time periods to different ages, we'll find what? The Anglo-Saxon, it started in 450, and it lasted till 1340, the year Chaucer was born. We can again divide this period in two parts, from 450 to 10,066, from 450 to 10,066 as Anglo-Saxon period, and from 1066 to 1340, it is the Anglo-Norman period. And why these ages are called Anglo-Saxon and Anglo-Norman, we will talk about that in our next video. Now, let me give you the time period of the age of Chaucer. It started in 1340 and it ended in 1400. Then the Dark Ages. After that, the Elizabethan age, which started in 1558 and ended in 1603. The Jacobean age in 1603 and ended in 1625. The Caroline age, it started in 1625 and ended in 1649. The Commonwealth regime, it started in 1649 and ended in 1660. Then we have the 18th century, and again it can be subcategorized, or the other names of the 18th century literature. The age of 18th century is the Neoclassical age. We can call it the age of Pope and age of Johnson. We can call it the age of reason. After that, we have the Romantic age. It is from 1798 to 1837. In 1837, Queen Victoria was she was made the Queen of Britain, and from that year only, the Victorian age started, and it ended in 1901. The modern age started from 1901 to 1950, and now we are in the postmodern era. Each and every era has its special characterization. In short, we can say each age has its own significance. Like in the Anglo-Saxons, the people they didn't even know about what is society. They were spending their lives in hunting and all. They have faith in God, and these were the beginning eras. After that came the Dark Age, and in that age, people started questioning the religion. In the Renaissance, people thought they should have a king or a queen, and we find people becoming rich in the Elizabethan era. After that, we have the Puritans. Again, the Puritans they question the religion and the domination of kings and queens. In the Restoration era, we find what it is related to the social needs, social things, fashion, enjoyment, life. We have very rich people who were fond of opera, not conscious of the reality of life. They believe in enjoying their lives. Then we have Augustan age, where people became intelligent. Apart from party things, one must be intellectual, one must be individual thinking about the other society. In this Augustan age, we find a class of people who are pseudo intellectual. Then came the Romanticism. In this era, they realized that they have spent 100 plus years in city life, city things, coffee houses, which made them switch back to nature, which is known as pre-Romanticism. The real place of literature, they believed, is in the lap of nature. After that, we have the Victorian age, where we find colonization, industrialization, unemployment problem, and the quest for power. Rich became rich, poor became very poor. They were very close to the reality of life that live and let others live, but it was not happening. Victorian, they went through many wars. So it was the age of industrialization. In modern age, what do we find? The Victorian wars gave rise to the modern age. The rise of machine guns caused threats to the stronger nations. A kind of race of armaments, control of market, supremacy, discoveries happening in society. Then World War One began. In 1910, according to Virginia Woolf, the human character changed totally. People became self-centered in the modern age. We have flat culture, we have apartment culture, we have the business culture. People started thinking in a materialistic way in the modern age. And in the postmodern, we find the same thing. as the moderns, and people will start questioning. They are questioning now. The questions they have is why we need to follow our parents, why we need to listen them, why we need to follow religion and morality. We have the concepts like identity crisis, stream of consciousness, psychoanalysis conscience in this postmodern era. In postmodern, people found themselves unable to fit in the families and the family values, and this resulted in identity crisis. This is a short summary type description about the characteristics of different ages, but in my next videos I will give detailed explanation regarding different ages, and we will start from the Anglo section in my next video. Thank you. If you like the video, please subscribe the channel, share it, and give your valuable comments. Thank you.